right, folks, welcome back to ESL 1 here in Cologne at Gamescom. I'm lucky enough to be joined by two of the team from NIP. Obviously, their new strategic advisor in PETA and a pretty good Counter-Strike player in his own right, Get Right. Let's go start with you, PETA. Walk us through your new role with NIP. Obviously, legendary ex-player, now becoming a strategy/coach for NIP.
Basically to help out the team develop, being better individually and also tactical-wise. Looking at NIP, they're the only team that has been 5 players throughout 2 years. Usually every team change after a year or so. So I think my addition to the team can make the team be a little more dynamic, not static. So also my style is very aggressive, so I think we can make a very good mix out of it.
And to you, in regards to PETA, how's it working out so far? I know addition, so you're still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work, but so far so good?
No, it's terrible.
Good answer. Good answer. All right, let's get to specifics. Speaking of terrible, let's talk about Cobble, all right? Obviously, you played both new maps today, which makes you very prepared for the rest of the tournament, but walk us through a little bit on Cobble and how that, obviously went a little south for you.
Actually, I just screwed up everything. They played excellent. They did exactly everything perfect. They knew how to play against us. And I think every team is here that playing Cobble, they playing similar playing style. So everyone is kind of used to it, mostly because from practice. But when you're playing first time Cobble in an official game, you're never sure on what people are going to do and so on. And I think they just won fair and easy against us. And that is terrible from us because over hell races later on Overpass.
And thoughts on you about Cobble?
I think it's a good map. I think they need some twitches. It's too many angles to look out on, but I think it's the same for every team. So we are a top team. We need to be able to adapt the same way as any other team. So go home now to the hotel, go check through the demo, see what we did wrong, and get stronger to next game.
And it would appear that you definitely put a little bit more time into Overpass. That second match obviously worked out quite well for you. Would that be safe to say that you spent a lot more time in your prep for Overpass?
I think we played Cobble more than Overpass, but I think we feel more comfortable with Overpass, mostly because there's fast rotations, and we're a team that rather be like talking a lot in game instead of having that perfect team play like Planet's on. So we rather like speed it up and talk through the match, like how we should do this and so on. So I think Overpass could fit us more, but I think we need to give Cobble an extra chance to see actually if we were that terrible on it.
Gotcha. Thoughts on that?
Excuse me, what's the thought?
Just on Overpass in general and how you guys played it.
Really, extremely good. We played as a team. That's what we did lack on Cobblestone, so I'm extremely happy. And every single round I was like, guys, you're doing a fantastic job, and it's a joy to be behind and watch you guys play.
Gotcha. And one last question for you. Next match up here on the stage, obviously LDLC versus Na'Vi. Should be a good match. Predictions and thoughts?
Looking for practice, I think the LDLC will win, but Na'Vi is a more experienced team, so it's going to be a very close game if you ask me. I cannot really predict anyone is going to win it, but it's going to be a tight game if you ask me.
Okay. And what about you?
I think that we will see some awesome tactics. I know that LDLC has some extremely good tactics, so I think it will be a fun game to watch for the spectators.
Thank you, PETA. Thank you, Get Right. Obviously, you're done for the day. We'll see you tomorrow. And folks, we're going to throw it to Anders and Semler for the next match.
All right, guys. Thank you, Scoots, for that interview. Thank you, Get Right and PETA as well for giving us your opinions there. I mean, Get Right throwing PETA to the wolves. Of course, that's like perfect Get Right interview. That's why Get Right, it's always, you never know what you're going to get in an interview with Get Right. This time around, he delivers yet again.
Yeah, seems like these days you're never quite sure what you're going to get with NIP, but a victory it was nonetheless against Hellraisers, and a pretty impressive one as well. So there it is, and you're right, Scoot's doing a really good job on the main stage. I'm loving it.
Well, Scoots he knows what's up.
For anyone wondering, tomorrow we're gonna bring in Tosspot and Pansy as well. It's gonna be great, and Richard Lewis. We're gonna bring in all the people, and it's gonna be really fun. So you have that to look forward to. We're still at the group stages here to decide who's gonna be going through the first 2 teams through our NIP and Epsilon. And then Epsilon, the first seed as it comes to it.
Huge, huge. And we were just talking a little bit, having a bit of a discussion. I mean, as we're going to get into this next game, but the knife from FXO, Anders. Knife from FXO, and sure enough, in an interview afterwards...
So I promised, I said it before, and I called it before, and Shox is going to be furious about this, and I said the conversation they had afterwards, when we just had the camera on, absolutely sure it was about the knife, and it was. So I said I was going to check, and I didn't actually get time to it, but on AHL TV, because they're a pretty good news site, they managed to check it out immediately, and they do have an interview with Shox up there, talking about it, and Shox not happy about the situation at all, feels it's disrespectful, and feels like it's a big risk and everything else. The respect part, I don't really care much about that. As you've been saying, you know,
okay. Here's the thing. You understand that, okay, you know, everybody's buddy, and everybody is, you know, like, okay, disrespectful, yes, but at the same time, this is a major. This is a major. You're here to win. There's 250 grand on the line, 100 grand for first place. If you have the slightest opportunity to mess with your opponent's heads and give you a bigger edge to get that map, because it's so unforgiving in a best of one map stage.
Yeah.
That map is everything. If you can do anything at all to mess with your opponents, getting that knife kill if it's given to you on a silver platter.
I care absolutely nothing about the respect argument. That has no impact on me.
That has nothing at all. But
no, that has no impact on me.
For you, it's the risk. For you, it's the risk taken of going for that knife.
It's purely a logical choice of risk versus reward.
Yeah.
And because Epsilon were already winning so much, they actually did not need to do anything other than what they were doing.
Sure.
So I think the risk-reward argument is what really comes down to it for me. And we have seen in the past moments where a team gets just a little bit too giddy, just a little bit too excited, and they start saying, oh, we've got this, let's do some funny stuff. And it horribly backfires.
But I don't think that this was that kind of situation, because looking at it, basically, he watches them go by, he's got the guy right in front of him. There's no way this guy is turning around because they think the place is clear.
Because this is Counter-Strike, saying there is no way, there is no way you can ever say that. And that's the problem, is you never know when that situation occurs.
I liked the knife. Maybe I'm disrespectful, but when it comes down to it, you're here to win. You're here to do whatever you can to win.
Now we have 20/20 hindsight, so we know for a fact that it worked out. But you replay that situation 100 times.
And he gets it 99 out of the 100 times. Sorry, but he gets it at 99 out of 100 times. Looking at the way that they're playing, looking at the way they're playing, you just know it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, okay, well, even let's put it like this. He gets it 99% out of 100, but he does it with the FAMAS, he gets it 100% out of 100.
Maybe not. Maybe he misses the headshot. Maybe he goes for the spray, and the guy pulls a 180 with the 180.
Better than a knife.
Maybe the guy, maybe he misses the headshot. He goes for the spray. He freaks out because it's one of those kills that you should get 100% of the time. He misses the spray, and the guy turns around 180s him in the face with an op and no scopes him.
FAMAS is definitely better than a knife.
I'd say there's like a 10% chance that Fifloran actually 180 no scopes him right there.
I don't know. Anyway, I think I really don't care about the respect argument, because I think it's great fun when people try and play the mental game, but I do think it's something that you have to be extremely careful about doing. And I mean, not actually just with a knife, but with almost any weapon like that. If you go for a kill, like, sometimes we see it on Dust 2 where a team decides we have so much money in the 14th round, we're all going to buy auto snipers. And they spend all their money, and then they lose that round, and they end up losing the game because they have nothing for the 15th.
We've seen that like once out of
but at a major tournament, this is the point.
Yeah.
In an SLTV game, you're going to be all right. We lost a round, or we lost a game because we were doing something silly. But right here, this is not the time to do it. Look, guys, we're going to go right in to Navi versus LDLC, and this is going to be an incredible match as well. The French team definitely hungry to see if they can make it to the playoffs, and Navi, well, they're a legendary LAN team.
Yeah, they're favorite team in this group, I think, at this point, with how they've been playing in recent times. I mean, discounting all the online play, Navi are a LAN team, and they've definitely shown with their first performance yesterday that they're not messing around, that everybody's brought their game face. Guardian not doing it too much with the frags, but the important cogs in the machine, Seized, Edward, those guys really showing up strong. And when Seized is the one leading with the frags for Navi, that's when we see Navi just dominate.
I agree.
So this is going to be the real scary part here for LDLC. Is Seized, is Edward,
I think it's going to be Inferno. I recognize that tiny logo. So Inferno between LDLC and Navi, actually think that is a pretty good call for LDLC. I think they're going to be really happy about having Inferno as a map.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be too disappointed. They know how to play that map so well. Apex, Kaylee, we know that Kaylee can op on that map very effectively. Same could be said for Guardian, but Kaylee has some truly impressive ability to get frags with the sniper rifle on Inferno. Apex loves to go for aggressive pushes, really mess with his opponents. But Navi, same could be said. It's actually such an interesting map, these two teams, because of how even they are as far as the skill, as far as the strategy is concerned as well. So we can see now that LDLC have a coach as well. That's Momon. Frenchman, used to play back in 1.6, was part of the top players scene as well in the French scene for 1.6, and he is now here coaching LDLC, giving
are doing. Look to see if Seized is actually doing well, and I think you know the counterpart to that has to be Apex, as you're pointing out. If Apex is on point, then it's going to be a lot better. But now we are ready to go into the game. So this is Group B, ladies and gentlemen. One of these two. Vendetta, the third member of our Room on Fire squad,
on Fire is here,
doing the serving and doing a really fine job.
You know what? We'll go ahead and make Scoots an honorary member of Room on Fire today, right? He's part of the crew. He's part of everybody here.
I've already asked Scoots if he's going to move to Europe and do some production for us.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. We're going to make it happen. Scoots.
It's already spending so much time here. Why not?
Putting you on spot. But really, what's cool is that everybody is here. We're all here for these games. Everybody on the stream, in-game, tuning in as well. And you guys can hear our voices in-game today as well. So that is big. And they have the time. They can just go over all the fine details, refreshing everything before this game, making sure they're in the right state of mind.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure. I mean, if they're way more casual than anything else. They're really looking relaxed at the moment. So we'll have to see if that's going to change.
Zeus looking focused as well. Zeus, the mastermind behind Na'Vi. Edward with that godlike beard. The day Edward gets white hair, like if his hair ever goes white, I'm just calling him Zeus. I'm going to say, sorry, Zeus, but, you know, Edward's got your name now, buddy. There's the huddle. Seized, Guardian, one of the best operas in the world. Seized, one of the top new talents as well. Recently picked up by Na'Vi. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure we can say recently anymore. But still, Seized picked up and coming in big for the team. Really carrying a lot of weight on it.
I think both Guardian and Seized are forever going to be the recent additions.
Yeah.
Because of how long Star playing together. In comparisons, it feels like it's never going to be not recently. There are a couple of teams like that where you say, I also feel like Freiburg and Forest are, Freiburg and Fiflarian are sort of slightly new additions compared to, because Existen and Get Right and Forest have been playing together for so long. Obviously that makes even less sense because they've been playing together now for 2 years.
Right? The longest standing team.
But it's like a mental thing anyway. Let's see, they're sat down, they are getting ready, they got the earplugs and they're going to have the noise cancelling headsets on top and everything to make sure they can't hear a thing that we're saying, because obviously that would be bad. And now we're almost there.
Man, this is going to be a real pleasure. I can't wait to see on Inferno as well. I can't wait to see Guardian and Kaylee clash.
Give me your prediction. Who's going to win on Inferno?
Now, okay, a lot of this depends. I know. My eyes are currently just like roving all over the place as I go through this, trying to picture how this is going to go. LDLC has some creative play, but they have been criticized for having a bit too much stability in their play, a bit too predictable. So there is that edge. Na'Vi may have done their homework and been able to figure out a little bit what LDLC like to do, but then LDLC can change it up with Apex and Kaylee with aggressive peaks and aggressive pushes. Same could be said for Na'Vi, though. I think this is all going to come down to going and who's going to be doing most of the fragging for each of these teams. If Edward has the same performances in the case King of the Hill where he drops 34 frags and just completely mauls his opponent, it's going to be really tough to stop Na'Vi. I have to say that Na'Vi are the favorite team here, though. Like, I think that they're going to come out ahead and take this. But LDLC also get the start on CT, so they're going to get the you know, air quotes, easier start here, the favored side on this map. Just barely, but still. So that could make the difference. But then Na'Vi are so good on the T side. Yeah, I have to go with Na'Vi, Anders.
Yeah, I'm on the Na'Vi train as well. But
and it's not because Guardian is on my fantasy team or anything like that.
No, not like that. Not like that. Well, I don't know. I mean, the worrying thing, and this will never not be a problem for me with Na'Vi, is that every time we see them play on Inferno, they end up pushing it to the very last seconds. We see them doing pushes into bomb site with 20 seconds left, and I always try to counter to it, and nobody has yet. It seems to work anyway, and it is really entertaining. This is going to be a fun match. So let's get it on. LDLC and Na'Vi, best of one game to decide who's going through first seed in Group B right here at Gamescom. So invite your friends, get them watching on the channel. It's definitely going to be an all-day marathon of Counter-Strike here.
And look at this play from LDLC. They're going for the bank on B. They expect Na'Vi to go for a rush up here, but they had 3 guys, soon to be 4, but Happy backing off towards that A site. That's the right call to make right now because Na'Vi are currently taking over apartments. Was curious as to where Na'Vi were going to take it. There's no calling with Na'Vi. This is a team that will wait until 20 seconds before they actually make their play. So wherever they are on the map at the beginning of the round, we can't look into it. It really is just them trying to get information on the setup for the rest of this, for the rest of the team.
moving up in apartments and a lot further up on the map than they normally would be, but you're right, it doesn't necessarily mean anything at all. Right now they've realized there's nobody holding aggressively down the bottom of Banana, there's nobody in apartments, so good information gained for the terrorist side. Still 55 seconds left, and now they are moving up and actually making a lot of noise here. So LDLC knows this is coming, and they do have Maniac in that corner, and he's not got any kind of grenades. They've actually used almost all their grenades on the LDLC side, and they had a lot because they only have 2 people with armor.
I kind of expect to see Maniac maybe back off. This is LDLC just baiting it. It's a trap, basically, that they want to set up. Make it feel like, okay, both CT guys are on the other side of that smoke, and then they walk right past Maniac, who guns them down as they go. But Na'Vi are not interested in the B side this time around. It will be an A play after all. Smokes and flashes going out, and they're going to push their way up short, but Uzi is holding in pit, and this is a crucial position for LDLC, and it's gone near immediately.
Oh, Outer Bullets is happy. He's going to go down. That initial flashbang on Uzi was so good. It's almost unbelievable. Now it's going to be a 4-on-3, but Apex is almost dead. So basically almost a 4-on-2 retake here. Bomb goes down. Maniac's position is quite strong here, but he's going to get backstabbed. Edward somehow saw that coming. Now Kaylee, USPS in hand, 1-on-3, walks in. Edward has him, and he's actually going to be pushing up behind him. Great shot from Kaylee. Not sure it's enough.
2 frags, 1v2. If he can spot out Guardian fast enough. Not sure if he saw him there, but he definitely knows now. Expecting it to be Pit, and he gets caught. Guardian will find the final frag of this pistol round, and Na'Vi on the T side of Inferno pick up that crucial round, giving them the start and giving them the guns. LDLC now we have to see if they're going to really invest in this pistol armor round, or if they're going to try and hold on to some money. I expect Kaylee not to drop a dime, and the rest of them, yeah, okay. So Kaylee, oh, he actually goes up for the 5-7, but still, he doesn't buy the armor, so he's still looking to get that AWP fairly quickly here.
Yeah, a lot of the French teams are really happy with buying this this pistol armor thing. So I'm not surprised that they do that at all, and especially on a map like Inferno, it makes so much sense to do it because you have to get close with any weapon to try and to deal with the pistols, and that's where they're most effective. So
Titan kind of led by example, didn't they? You know, you're looking at the teams. I mean, one of the teams that really started using this strategy that they've studied, it certainly is them. But now Na'Vi have wrapped their way around Arch, really taking their time to see if LDLC are going to peek out anywhere. LDLC currently have a 4-man stack on A, though. This is excellent for LDLC. If they can get the information early, this could be huge. They spot the bomb first, and C's just going for the spray through that box. You can take them out now.
Yeah, Apex with a good return, happy, and Apex coming in, actually happy with the second kill too. Guardian gets some trouble in return, and is it going to be enough? The bomb is actually dropped inside here. Maniac picks up one, now it's a 1-on-1, and Starks has to come up with a kill, almost dead, and Maniac clutches it. 2 kills for him, and LDLC win the follow-up round, and the anti-ecos. It's one of the things we've been putting so much weight on for this tournament already.
You can see the effect that round has on both of these teams. We can see them both on stream. LDLC, of course, losing their minds, but Na'Vi just dead silent. C's shaking his head, just wondering what the hell is going on here. But that really was ideal for LDLC. That's about best case scenario. You get 4 guys, you stack them up with CZs on the A site, and you cross your fingers and hope Na'Vi are going to come walking into it. And Na'Vi, they're generous guys, it turns out. They do. They give them a present. They give them the best return that LDLC could have hoped for here. And now LDLC, they're the ones with the guns, they're the ones with the gear, and they're just shutting Na'Vi down in this anti-eco. Na'Vi not wasting much money either. I mean, we have 3 Glocks right now, and I don't think they picked up much at all.
And one of the things that Na'Vi really made that was a mistake in that one round was they ended up in a situation where what they should have said coming into that bomb site is, all right, if you check apartments, I'm going to check the bomb site. And nobody made that call ever. So what actually happened is everyone checked apartments, and nobody cared about Happy, who was inside the bomb site. So a miscommunication error coming out from Na'Vi, and it cost them dearly.
It certainly did. That's going to set them back. But only 1 round. They go for a hard eco, and now they've got enough to be able to put together a pretty reasonable buy here. Not many nades to work with, but they get the important ones. That smoke is the priority. Smokes, then flashes, then HEs. And Na'Vi still managed to pick up 3 smokes and 1 flash on Stark. So they can still decide to go for the B side if they want to, get the smokes down for that. It's going to be very tough for them to get around angles, though, without the flashes to rely on and clear the way. So we have to see exactly how Na'Vi can work their way in here. I expect them to try and just go for picks, but LDLC are really playing passively right now. They're not giving them much to work with. Maniac, that's like the most aggressive pick so far into apartments. He actually takes a peek around an angle. Whoa, Maniac, calm down, man.
Well, I like this from Kaylee, or from LDLC in general, because if Navi's going to slow play it and you play really defensively, it's going to be an issue for the terrorist team in the long run, because there's nothing Na'Vi want more than for LDLC to come looking for them.
Yeah, that's all Na'Vi want. And oh, Kaylee does manage to get a parting headshot on Guardian, drops him down to 9. This molly could be huge if he could drop it around the corner with the right time. Zeus is going to get caught out in the open trying to check an angle. That's not going to work. And Na'Vi, they're getting slapped around, but they are not gone yet.
And the time, again, we pointed this out before we even got into the game. 30 seconds left. Normally that would be way too little for a lot of teams, but Na'Vi, they actually had the bomb back in second mid. They're only going to run and pick it up now, and Seized with the opening headshot takes down Uzi. Can they get more? Zeus goes down. 20 seconds left, and Apex is going to come looking. He's tired of waiting here. 18 seconds, and Na'Vi are falling back towards the B bomb site. Seized has to make a huge opening for this to work, and he's going to walk through, get the kill, goes for a second one, could actually almost pick up Kaylee. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, they're going into the bomb site. The bomb is going to go down. Kaylee can't stop it, and it's a 3-on-3.
It's a 3-on-3 retake now for LDLC. Kaylee waiting in Flowers, not going to peek yet. He's waiting to see if Seized is going to try and make it past to new boxes or into the corner. Apex goes for a bad spray, and Edward just barely lives. Seized finds Kaylee in the end as he tries to peek forward, and Maniac gets caught. Na'Vi come right back into it in the 4th round, and in large part due to Seized opening the way. And that's what we're talking about. Seized is the point man for Na'Vi. He's the one who walks up, and he's the one who creates opportunity for his team. When he is hitting shots like this, Na'Vi, they look unstoppable.
This is so absurd. If you are a newcomer to this game, and we have had a lot of newcomers in the last couple of days, then please do not look to Na'Vi for your cues on how to play, because they are the only team that can make this work. Unless you actually are Na'Vi, just don't learn from this, because it is so hard to replicate. I can't think of a single team that can do what Na'Vi can do, not even close. It's with this little time left, even the slightest mistake and you lose because you run out of time, and that's painful.
And we can see, thank you, Ven, that is the setup right now. Boosted up on top of the roof there on short. Maniac is turning his back because he's expecting the flashes to come through. So he hears the flash go off, and he's supposed to whip around, do a 180, and just try and shut down the push if it tries to come through quad. But that's not going to be the case right now. Na'Vi, minute left on the clock, a lifetime for them. But they are putting some action towards Banana, trying to draw the attention here from LDLC.
And LDLC got to win this round. If they end up losing it, it's going to be Nico. And actually, I think they're setting up for a bit of a Molotov play in here. They have the 2 in hand, so they're going to be Molotoving oranges and new box. And we see, yeah, I love that third-person camera work right there. Happy's going to be falling back from the coils. And look, they don't have to check this corner. They know there's nobody there because it's already Molotov, so they just have to check the rest of the site moving in right here. 30 seconds left, and now the game is on for B. They've already taken a lot of damage, and there's going to be the first kill. Zeus going down. Happy with the pickoff. Uzi picks up one more, and there it is, falling apart for Na'Vi. This time, no entrance. Edward gets the only kill, and it's Happy with a rock-solid defense.
Yeah, stellar play from Happy, getting those 3 kills like that, playing it on coils. That's the burning ring of fire right there that we just saw from Na'Vi, and usually it's fairly effective. But with Uzi able to get behind new boxes and Happy staying alive behind coils, those are like the 2 ideal positions. Unless Happy can get back into Ninja, back into the dark corner, those are the 2 ideal positions for the CTs to hold that bomb site from. If Happy draws the attention towards Flowers, Uzi peeks out from new boxes, and then it's just crossfire, 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 however they play it. And Na'Vi just weren't able to deal with it fast enough, especially once the rotation comes in through CT. So Na'Vi getting bogged down on that site, not able to get the crucial frags. They're going to be, once again, back on pistols. Edward with the dig, but Juan Dig is out to lunch right now. He is not here.
No, we're not going to get it, and it will be a cleanup from LDLC, not losing a single member, really important for them. That actually puts them up, at least 2 of their players in a really good economic situation, almost 8,000 on Apex here, just $50 short. And Na'Vi, on the other hand, didn't get a bomb plant that round, and not the last one either, so not looking too sharp at the moment. They're on the less favored side, and I mean, how many rounds do you think Na'Vi is going to be able to work with here in the first half?
Na'Vi, they're very good on CT side, so if they can get 5 rounds, like 5 rounds, I think is enough for them. And we're still very early on in the half here, so if they can get 5 rounds on the board, I think Na'Vi will be pleased. Anything past that, and that's when LDLC really start to sweat. That's when LDLC start to feel very uncomfortable with how this half has gone. So Na'Vi, I mean, they are not done, I mean, very far from it. They still get some rifles here. Couple nades picked up, but LDLC are doing a great job really managing their nades. They've managed to almost burn off a minute from this clock, 30 seconds already, and they still have all 5 smokes, all 5 mollies. Now they can start really burning time off. They got to chuck those nades and try and slow Na'Vi down at this point, but Maniac once again boosted. He's going to get one, but Edward whips around and takes him out.
Yeah, it's a good headshot from Edward. And see if he can start picking up some speed here, because Edward, as you said, on Inferno has been playing really well in the last couple of weeks. See if he can refine that form. Right now it's a 4-on-4. 50 seconds on the clock, and LDLC holding this A bomb site, but they lose a man. That's Apex going down, and Kaylee now inside the bomb site. He's getting back up pretty quick. Happy is quick on the rotation over by the library. And 40 seconds. Na'Vi still standing their ground, just waiting and waiting.
Oh, Edward manages to make it past just in the nick of time. He could actually catch Happy rotating through Library. He will do so, but doesn't come out ahead. Loses that duel. Kaylee now going to try and stop the push up short, and he's on a timer because Starks is coming out from apartments, and this is now LDLC rotating in, getting picked off one at a time, and you can see the frustration on their side. Happy not pleased with that.
They will be able to buy an extra round. Uzi's going to try and clutch it 1-on-2. Shouldn't really have a chance to do this. They are in a really good setup here. Basically a crossfire. He's going to have to check everywhere, and it's all down to timing right now. Uzi walks forward, puts a few shots in, but it's going to get taken down by Starix. Him and Seized, a double kill for either member, and a really good round for Na'Vi overall. I actually think even Edward should probably have got the kill when he came into CT spawn.
Yeah, I think he should have definitely got that kill. That was a freebie right there. Unfortunate for him. If he gets that kill, all of a sudden it just becomes so much easier, but he still gives the information to his teammates as to where Happy is on that map. So it's still very important that he gets that info, and that makes it possible for Na'Vi to get out on that site. So at the end of the day, he doesn't get the kill, he still gets the info. Fair trade almost. Na'Vi, though, they're really turning this into a brawl. 4 rounds for LDLC, 3 rounds for Na'Vi. It's just back and forth. Nobody really seeming to be able to come out ahead here. Nobody really getting that edge yet that's going to put them over.
The dangerous thing is that too much back and forth, and generally speaking, the CT side is going to be worse off than the terrorist side will. Because back and forth means you're probably going to get a couple of bomb plants in, and your rifles are less expensive, and it does start to get a little bit out of control. But LDLC, I'm still feeling pretty hopeful. I think what they're doing, and you pointed this out earlier, and it's a really good point, because they're waiting so long with throwing down these smokes, they're essentially using Na'Vi's slow play against them, and that's smart. And if Na'Vi realize this, they actually could try and push faster than they are right now and catch LDLC, but this is something that is much easier for us to identify because we have an overview, much harder for Na'Vi.
We've also seen Na'Vi do this in the past, though, and they do know when to change up the pace because they can do aggression. It's all about trying to bait LDLC into this comfort zone of, okay, we know exactly what Na'Vi are up to. They're playing to that style. Yeah, okay, we know what's up. And then Na'Vi just turn on the guns and go blazing into a site and just completely overrun the defense because, as you say, the defense are not expecting them. So we have to wait and see exactly when Na'Vi decide to play that ace card. But right now, Happy already starting off with a kill on Seized at that B site. Seized going for the bit of this distraction as Na'Vi try and work their way up onto the A site, but it's just not happening here. Apex is still alive.
Yeah, oh, great opening though. Guardian and Starix bringing it back to a 3-on-3. That bomb going down with just 7 seconds left, and now it's a retake coming in from LDLC in this position from Starix. It's just so strong. They are moving forward. Is he going to be able to get the backstab in? Uzi is going to go down now 2-on-2, and they are moving up. Kaylee hasn't landed the op shot yet. He's got to do it quick here through the box, not connecting with Guardian. Bomb is so far ticked right now. Guardian picks up 1, and he doesn't get the second, but Starix will. And look at the reaction instantly. Triple kill from Starix, and now a much better score. 4-4. LDLC are going to have to eco.
Very close. And yeah, this is it. As you said, it costs more money for the CT side to re-equip themselves. So when it comes down to it, these back and forth rounds where you win 1, you win 2, and then you lose immediately afterwards, the CTs, they have to pay taxes. It's going to cost them more money. They can't go as long as the terrorist side. The terrorist side get it on the black market. It's great for them. They can get it pretty much, 1 round of eco, and they've got another buy round going for them. Team LDLC now are the ones who are going to be under pressure here. But they came back in the second round of this half already against guns with just pistols. So if they can make it happen again, that would be huge. And there you go. Running shot from Apex with that CZ. And he nearly gets the job done on Zeus.
And Zeus manning up in that position is actually a little bit scary. I almost wish he would have fallen back just because the CZ is just that strong in that range. But you're all right. Terrorist economy. I think I checked once, and actually a real-life AK is around $700.
Yeah, I know. They're getting ripped off, man.
Much less. But they are getting ripped off. They need better suppliers.
Where'd you check that? Walmart in America?
I almost did. Happy going to be hiding down here in the pit, which is a good position. Unfortunately, he has no backup at all, so he's going to have to get more than just a few kills here. He's going to have to come up with 2 basically to make this work, and they will absolutely check. I don't see Na'Vi not being careful in this particular instance.
He's banking on them jumping up here. Zeus is looking towards that angle. Guardian not here, but Happy is getting as close as possible. And Edward will check, of course, coming through balcony. Happy knew exactly where he was, but he wasn't able to react in time. That's going to be a very clean way onto this site here for Na'Vi, only dropping Starks in the exchange. But at this point, they've got the plant, they've got the after plant positions as well. This is all about LDLC getting exit frags and making Na'Vi spend some of that money.
There's just something very curious about the way Na'Vi play. It's really hard not to be fascinated by their style, because it's almost like a, you know, like a constrictor snake. You know, it's like, you know, every time you break out, they tighten a little bit around you. They're slow, but they keep trying to kill you. It's just not fun.
Some would say, I mean, some could say that they are the most patient team in CS practically. I mean, the amount of time that they take to really set up their plays. They know they spend so much time basically just getting the info that they need on the setup and trying to throw a couple of fake punches in there. It's like a boxer with the jabs. You know, he's throwing the jabs out there, and then eventually the uppercut comes in and you get laid out. What's
really interesting is that it is in stark contrast to how they play the CT side, which could be really explosive. So it's just a fun team to watch. LDLC, though, they're definitely not out of this yet. It's a 4-on-5, still first half. Anything can happen. Let's see, they picked up the AWE and Kaylee, and he's definitely go with it, but Guardian has one on the other side, so let's see if this is going to actually turn into anything. They're both over by Banana. Kaylee, not at the right angle. He's going to peek at Guardian, doesn't get the shot here, and Kaylee will onto Seized and repeaks against Guardian, doesn't get it, so it's going to fall back now to a safer position, but Uzi's up here.
2 missed shots, and Uzi, exactly. Uzi waiting in the sandbags. Flash could come out from Kaylee or from one of his teammates here. Guardian is still waiting around this corner, but the smoke goes down. Edward doesn't care. Edward looking to get the advantage here. Goes for the spray, and he finds the headshot.
I think Uzi should have had that kill. I really do. That was a bit of a misplay, unfortunately. It does only bring it back to a 4-on-4, so it doesn't cost them the round just yet, but that could be dangerous. Now they're moving back to the A-bomb side, and you can see Apex is looking a little bit scared here. Kaylee goes down at B. That might force the rotation from Apex. Oh, Zeus, the spray control takes down Happy, and now the move is on. They're actually rushing. They're going to crunch Apex here. He's being sandwiched in. He has to pick up this kill, but Zeus cannot be stopped. He strikes, he smites Apex, and now it's Maniac left, 1-on-4, and this is a massive round for Na'Vi. What a sick play. They're gonna go back and find him.
They're not interested in letting him save. Guardian with the AWP of his own. The big green gun picks up that frag, but Zeus, what a round from him. That made it all possible. And he really just, he imposed his will. And Zeus is, you know, the king of gods. You don't mess around with Zeus. If he wants something, he's gonna get it.
I didn't get a chance to check, but there's a tiny part of me that hopes that was a lightning strike AWP in his hands, just because
that would be so fitting.
It would be perfect. 11th round coming up, and now things are actually starting to get out of control. Semler, you were pointing out earlier, 5 rounds might have been enough for Na'Vi. They're about to close up on 7 rounds.
This is the thing. The 6th round should go their way. Pistols have been picked up. Good nade there actually to slow things down. Happy does manage to get seized because of that HE that he banked off the wall. But we do have Uzi trying to rotate through. The timing works out perfectly, though. Uzi not going to get punished. And now the rest of LDLC are trooping their way in. But they're down a man. They've only got pistols, and they've run out of nades to use as well. So it's all going to come down to them actually managing to win the duels when it comes to it. And versus a Na'Vi that are equipped and ready, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, no kit either, so they'd have to get the kills very fast here before they can get into a bomb side. Otherwise, it's not going to work out at all. And now I think they're just looking for extra kills more or less. I don't think LDLC were actually trying to retake and win that site. And extra kills could be really important. I mean, now his economy is starting to build up, but it's not overwhelming at the moment. We'll see after this round, of course, exactly where it's at. Kaylee gonna go down. Uzi does get a pick off, and nah, nobody from Na'Vi dies to the bomb, unfortunately. The fact that Uzi dies doesn't really make any difference. 7-4, and Na'Vi, now actually they do have a much better economy going on to this.
Oh,
this is scary.
Oh, this is definitely end of days time here. This is worst case scenario for LDLC, because not only have Na'Vi got the lead in rounds, but Na'Vi have now picked up enough rounds where they have cushion with the money as well, so they can continue to get buy rounds out there to slow LDLC down. Whereas LDLC, they finally eco, they finally get, you know, a big round worth of buy here, and all the pressure is on them now to just chain rounds together to close out the rest of this half, to get the remaining 4 rounds in this half. They have no other option. They have to just shut it here. Na'Vi at this point can really just throw, like, this is the thing, this is when Na'Vi can really start to speed up their game and change up the pace as well, because 7 rounds is more than enough for Na'Vi on the T side. They've got, that's going through their heads at this point as well. If they get more, it's gravy. So this is when they can really start, you know, getting aggressive, maybe taking some risky plays, because if it works, it catches LDLC off, because LDLC are under so much pressure right now that anything that catches them off guard could really just spin out of control.
I agree, but they're still the slow constrictor here. They're waiting for LDLC to exhale, and then they crunch a little bit further. That's what's happening right now, and there's no way out. LDLC don't have an answer right now. I mean, and I don't have an answer either. I have no idea what it is they can do. LDLC are playing really good positions, and they obviously have the skill to get the kills, but I don't know.
Right now, it all comes down to them landing the shots. They have to connect with the shots. Because LDLC, you're right, they are playing the positions well. They're getting the nades in. They have the gear this round, but guess what? One of those positions is going to get hot there. Happy, he's on the other side of the box. Uzi with the spray, managed to pick up one. Happy waiting in this corner, gets another one. This is great. They don't know where he is. They don't know he's here. And Guardian still has no idea. Uzi and Happy split the kills, and finally Starks gets something, but Kaylee will shut him down from CT and LDLC. That's the kind of round they need. 4 guys live through it. They shut down Na'Vi. They make Na'Vi spend the money.
Yeah, very well done, and that absolutely great position right in the corner, using the smoke as well for cover. A big fan of that one, so very well done, LDLC. That's exactly, you're right, that's what they needed. 5-7 here, moving into the 13th round. They need to claim all the rest. They need to make this 8-7, win the pissed round of the second half. If they do this, they're still in the game. They're still in the game.
They're still in it, and if they can win a couple crucial rounds in the next half, they're definitely not done yet, but they can't allow Na'Vi to come out ahead. They need these remaining 3 rounds. 8-7 has to be the finish here for LDLC. This is a map that we can see 10-5 on and consider that actually pretty good work here. Na'Vi are way too close for comfort. So LDLC, again, LDLC really favoring this kind of hold as well on CT. This is their CTA site because they rely on Kaylee to play this arch position, and he almost always does. He's very consistently here. Sometimes he goes over to B to change it up, but this is really Kaylee's spot, looking towards quad, looking towards the entrance to boiler there, that door in the apartment. This is all about Kaylee and his ability to just land shots consistently here. And Na'Vi know that. They put a smoke down to cut him off, force him to change up position, force him to waste time.
They have 4 members in this bomb side. This should be a really good hold for LDLC. Na'Vi now rushing in. Great shot onto Seized. Apex stepping it up. Maniac will take down Edward, and Zeus falls. Now LDLC are tired of losing rounds, and they're going to pick it up. This is beautiful play from LDLC. The Frenchman just destroying Na'Vi in this round, and a lot of confidence regain. You can see down in the camera as well. That brings a little bit of life back into it. It's, you know, they found the moment to take a bit of air in, and now we'll have to see if Na'Vi are just gonna resume. But they're gonna have to actually eco here for the 14th round, so these could very likely finish 8-7.
They're not going to. They've got just enough money to force it up.
Oh wow!
They've got just enough money to force it up, so they're gonna put the pressure on. They're gonna keep putting the pressure on to LDLC.
Do you agree with this?
Yeah, sure. Because they've got 7 rounds, man. They can do whatever they want, Na'Vi. They really can do whatever the hell they want. If they want to force it up, great, go for it. Because they got 7 rounds, they could potentially catch LDLC off guard with this buy. Kaylee getting the first frag on the man in T-Pit there, Guardian. That's not going to help things for Na'Vi. It's just like, it's one of those why not situations. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you still got 7 rounds at the end of the half on T side.
I would have agreed with it if Na'Vi had lost already 4 rounds in a row, so that the 5th one would be Galil's no matter what.
Sure.
But I'm not sure this was a good idea. Uzi doing great work down at the bottom of Banana, takes down Suzanne, sees an Edward through the smoke. Come on, takes down Uzi as he walks out. Now it's a 2-1-3 and a good rotation already coming in from the LDLC members over by this bomb site. Apex gonna take Edward out, and now Starix is in a 1-on-3. Moving in, a bomb plant would have been worth its weight in gold, but because they don't get it, they actually can buy almost nothing for this last round here. And that was my problem with it. The only problem really, I think I would have rather they gone for a slightly, well, you know, we can't say it's a safe 8th round, but a bigger chance of getting an 8th round because now they can't buy anything.
No, they can't buy anything, but you know, they still managed to put together a reasonable buy. Edward is going to be the man taking the hit here, dropping for Guardian, I believe. Guardian going to be fully equipped with full nades as well, and the AK. Kaylee's still looking to get that pick down mid. We'll see if he gets the opportunity. He did have it there, but that's a very quick shot for him. And Apex pushing towards second mid. I like the overlap. I like the play here from LDLC. This is actually what I expect to see from Kaylee and Apex. You know, these aggressive peaks and working together. They're so good at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's inspiring seeing LDLC not crumbling to the pressure that Na'Vi's been putting on, and just, you know, mentally stabilizing and getting back in the game. That's really cool. Hopefully they can keep doing it and winning this last round, because they do need it. Na'Vi already have a little bit more than they needed in this first half, so we'll have to see if the French team can step it up.
It's all on the French team throughout most of this first half, but also going into the second half, it's still all on LDLC. So we have to see if they're going to be up to it now. Kaylee, flash goes out. He's not blinded per se. He gets an instant flick on the first man. Apex with the crossfire, and Kaylee's just catching him as they come through the smoke. It's not meant to be. Uzi is still alive on this B site, however, and this is where the bomb is for Na'Vi, but this is bot time for Happy to rotate in as well, and that crossfire, it's going to be set up in just a moment's time.
Looking so good for LDLC. Uzi coming up with the kill and happy with the instant rotation all the way up from Banana. 8-7 and a number of nearly flawless rounds for LDLC at the end here. Makes you think if they could have found this solution or whatever they did, if they could have done this earlier, it would have been a very different half here. Well played.
It's just it's the fact that Na'Vi pick up the rounds that force LDLC to eco.
I think Epsilon was down in the crowd watching as well. Some of the Epsilon players.
Oh, those guys are going to be just relaxing at this point. You know, they've done their job. They've got first seed. You know, that's it.
You say relaxing? I say learning.
That too.
Just keeping an eye on the opponents that are coming out of this Group B here. And there we do have LDLC.
Moman behind them.
Not looking too phased right now. I think they're going to be all right. Na'Vi know they did a good job, but this pistol round, I think, is going to decide a lot in the second half. Not everything, really. I think even if LDLC lose the pistol round, they're still...
Eco rounds and dealing with Na'Vi and the pressure there. We've seen a lot of teams actually struggling with it quite a bit, especially since the CZ75 has been put in, to be able to handle these anti-ecos, because all of a sudden there's just so much firepower on that other team. Despite the fact that they've picked up pistols, if they hold the right angles and play it right, they can still wreck you. So it's all about LDLC keeping their cool now, working together, playing the rifle advantage, moving around in troops of 2, 3, never leaving anybody alone, and just trying to take over sites that way. They have to be just consistent right now. Maniac, focused, happy. Of course, the leader of this team sitting right in the middle. And they're just going to be going over everything right now. What they learned here in this first half and what they're going to accomplish in the second, because this map, they know all the tricks. They know everything. You've got so much experience on Inferno. I mean, we were calling it Counter-Strike Global, Inferno Offensive or whatever, for not too long ago. So, I mean, we've seen this map a lot. These teams have played this map a lot. Now we have to see what they're capable of here. Can Na'Vi withstand the LDLC offensive?
And I'm really interested if Na'Vi is going to do like a completely standard setup for the pistol round, or if they're going to try for a crazy stack, basically. We're right back into the second half, so welcome back. And a big welcome to all of you who are joining us. Let's see if we can break yesterday's incredible viewer record. So invite your friends and get them watching as the day goes on. The games are going to get better and better and better. 8-7 is the scoreline, and we are just starting on the second half. This is a best-of-1 game.
All right, well, we have there is live, no choice here. They have to go. And so, LDLC, not sure. They were trying to launch a pause here, but it just did not. It's going to be only in freeze time. You can't pause when the round is active. It's only in between rounds that you can get a pause down. So the players will have to play through if something came up. It seems like everybody's moving around on the map right now, so it's not like anybody's just frozen or anything like that.
Starks falling back a fair bit. He's alone over here, so they did go in for a stack at the A bomb site, which is one of the questions I had here. So Starks has all the grenades, so it's reasonable for him to cover Banana and just leave everyone else who doesn't at the A-bomb side with the stack here. Guardian going to peek out against everyone. He does actually pick up a headshot before he goes down in the corner. It's going to be C's going down, so a great start for Apex, picking up those kills. But Zeus down from pit, strikes down Kaylee.
Zeus continues to be a real threat, and Edward is here alive as well, and we know what a terror he can be in the pistol. He's already picked up one frag. Starks alive on this B site alone. His teammates have not rotated through yet. He is about to get caught in a crossfire. They're looking to close in on him from Banana and CT spawn both, and Stark still gets one frag. He's still alive, not for long, but he did the damage, and he brings it back to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, Zeus can't go down here. Oh, that's the kit lost out on Banana. Now Edward has to get kills, go out and pick up the kit if there's still enough time left. He has such a lot of pressure on him. That is a big problem. That's a really, really big issue. The fact that the kit died. Edward 1-on-2 moving up here, that bomb ticking away. He's going to go for Banana first. I don't blame him. Happy's out there waiting, and Happy will not crumble. He's going to pick up the kills, and LDLC, they win that pistol round. Apex triple, Happy double, and that's it.
No, they're so focused. That was a huge round from both teams. Zeus tried his best. He got some frags, but in the end, LDLC got the crucial kills that gave him access to the site in a very clever strategy as well, walking through Arch, not facing on A, knowing that Zeus is there at least, but Edward could be there as well. Two guys remaining on A, they decide to split it up and go to B. So LDLC make the right mid-round call, rotate through CT and just close in. Starks gets one frag, but in the end, it really was just very well played there by LDLC, not letting up the pressure and just keeping Na'Vi basically on the back foot here. Looks like we are ready to go, though. They are starting to unpause.
And that one moment where the kit goes down is has such a big impact. If there was a timer that said how much time Edward had left, it'd be basically cut in half by the time that kit goes down, or even more because he has to run out and back again. Even if he picks up the kill on Happy, he's still in a horrible position. It is, I mean, I don't blame Na'Vi for wanting to come in from two as a kid.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is brutal, and that's the thing. You almost wanted to see them actually go both from CT, just double up. If they can face one guy, you know, that's the thing. If they can face one guy, they find a guy behind new boxes. There's both of them there. They can put the shots through and potentially turn it into a 2-on-1 for Na'Vi. But Na'Vi go for the play, expecting to just, I mean, confident basically, I think, in their ability to get the frags. And I'm sure Zeus was pretty surprised they didn't get that kill in.
Uzi with an MP7, something that, you know, some teams do.
I like this. It's super effective running around, accurate, basically, and you get $600 a pop per kill. So if you're expecting the opponents to not buy armor, it's a great gun to have. But right now, Na'Vi have actually bought Helmet Kevlar. MP7 is a little bit more effective versus armor, but it's not by a great margin. It's not the best gun to have in this situation for Uzi.
Guardian actually has Deagle armor as well. That's pretty interesting, because we saw the French AWPer on the CT side, Kaylee. He was trying to save enough money to buy an AWP basically, and Guardian saying right here, well, we're actually just looking to win this round. We'll buy an AWP later. And oh my God, the Juan-D comes out.
Looks
Apex
like he got
is gone.
Back from lunch. Looks like he got back from lunch. Juan-D is here. Okay, Guardian, and there's the flash, but too predictable there. Starks gets caught, and Happy clears up the B site. Now it's about LDLC pouncing on this opportunity. They're going to rotate the bomb through Banana. The smoke is down. Na'Vi, they've had the door closed in their faces.
So he's walking in, Happy, looking for a third kill. He's going to pick it up as well. This is great work from the LDLC captain at the moment. And Guardian and Edward, best case, I think, is saving here, but Edward goes down. Guardian, can he find another kill on somebody? He started off really well, and that was all they got so far. He's looking for it in the middle. It's going to be a second headshot from the Deagle. And now 1-on-3.
1-on-3, and basically him looking to see if he can inflict more pain to LDLC. He wants to make sure that they spend more money here. He's going to camp these guns as well, make sure that they can't get back to him if he can. Make him work for it at least, but Uzi will find a frag at the end with that MP7, and a lot of this just comes down to Happy. Individual play, getting the right timing, getting the right read, and that's a combo that we see so often holding on Banana on the B site, is the flash from one man holding on that site proper, and then his teammate who holds CT usually takes a peek behind the flash, and if you're lucky with good execution, you're going to find all the T on the other side of that house. But Happy, he sees that flash, he knows what's coming, and that allows him to just open up the B site completely.
So a little bit of a pause here. I think it's Maniac having a little bit of an issue with this keyboard. That will happen every once in a while, so we're just gonna fix that really quickly, and we'll be right back into it. But speaking of Happy, as you were talking about here, 21 kills on him so far in the game. Really, really impressive. And if you're the captain, you might as well step up and lead, and that's definitely what he's doing right here. So not unimpressed by what he's up to here. They are sorting it out, as we can see. I think this kind of pause. There's always a discussion, but I still maintain it's. Yeah, I think it's better for the team that is sort of lacking in momentum. I think right now, Happy, like LDLC, they are the team that's feeling a little bit better at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean they're ahead right now. They've got the pressure. Na'Vi are going to have to eco again. Excuse me. Na'Vi are going to have to eco again, and that means that LDLC are going to have 11 rounds on the board before Na'Vi can even really put up a fight, because they didn't get anything really done with that pistol armor buy. That's what Na'Vi were looking to do. They basically just take it away again, and then hope to come out ahead in this race. Whereas LDLC, they're just playing it very patiently. I mean, individual skill coming through in that round, but this round I imagine they're just going to kind of stick together, clump up, and mow Na'Vi down.
Yeah, if they can do it at all. The beginning of this round, actually, I'm wondering if there's something gone horribly wrong, and I'm wondering if they're going to be able to reset or whatever, because Zeus has actually, you guys can't see this, but Zeus has actually managed to pick up an MP7 in the beginning of this round. Misbuy.
It has to be a misbuy, yeah.
So if that's not a good time to do it, because
that you may not think that that's very important, but basically this is all about ecoing and saving money on Na'Vi's side to have as much as you can possibly have going into that 19th round. If you've just spent all of your money on an MP7, you're going to go into the next round, unless you can save that MP7, you're going to go into the next round, you're going to be able to afford like armor and nades, and that's not a whole lot to work with, right? And the rest of it. Apex is flipping out somehow. What's going on?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to the GIF. That's definitely going to be on the subreddit really soon.
That's got to be a gift, please.
It will happen.
That was too good. Zeus is not amused. Zeus is not amused right now.
Ice cold, right?
And Edward as well. I mean, the beard.
He's finding his inner self, just,
Edward looks like a venomous snake. Like he's about to take a bite out of you right now. Like he's just staring at that screen. He's completely focused.
Yeah, I feel like the Na'Vi Constrictor is not a bad term for the way they end up playing on that terrorist side.
This is still LDLC with a very good lead and a very good start. The best start that they could have hoped for to get into this second half.
Guys, while we're waiting, if you have any kind of shout-outs or anything else, if you hashtag ESL1 on Twitter, then it's going to be up in the feed every once in a while. And you can also directly tweet us if you feel like it. Just remember to include the hashtag as well. But it's at OnFireSemmler, OnFireAnders, or at VendettaGo, who's doing the observing. Give us feedback and tell us what you think, or just go and follow us on Twitter in general. And also follow at ESL TV. That's the ESL Twitter.
And don't forget our honorary member from Room on Fire for today, Sir Scoots, our magnificent host, handling the interviews, handling the mic like a boss.
Yeah. Here in Europe, we do what we can to try and steal Scoots away as often as we can from the US and bring him over here for every event that we can, and I'm happy we will. And of course, if you are wondering, if you're just joining us today and thinking, what's going on here? It's a major event. Where's everyone else? Well, they're going to be joining us tomorrow. Pansy's here, Richard Lewis is here, and of course, Stuart Saw, better known as Tosspot, is also going to be joining us. So it's going to be good fun tomorrow too.
The whole crew will be here tomorrow. That's big.
Yeah, we're going to have such a fun time for once, and this is the first time that, at least for as long as I've been casting Counter-Strike, which is, in esports terms, not really that long, but it's the first time that I've been able to do all the quarterfinals. We're going to do all the games, so nothing will be missed. Because sometimes we end up in this unfortunate position where what we do is we have one quarterfinals, maybe two semifinals if we're lucky, and then the grand finals, which means we only really know how one team made it there. And we don't know anything about, well, maybe we know the semifinals from the other team, but what we obviously want is the full story, and at this Gamescom, we're going to get it.
Yeah, exactly, man. We're going to get it this time around. We have that extra day to work with. That's the thing, because the majority of the tournaments are running on 3 days, and so that means we have to scrunch things together to get all the matches through. Now we actually have that extra day to get a little bit of breathing room. But the crowd, they look as focused as the players do. Na'Vi, I mean, one thing already different between both of these teams, I mean, Na'Vi, they're starting to talk a little bit now, you know, Starks and Guardian having a bit of a chat there. But look at how much LDLC are talking. Look at how much Na'Vi are talking. There's quite a difference right now. Not exactly sure what happened. It seems like there is a problem with the keyboard, and they're trying to sort that out right now.
They need a 4th keyboard to test out, unfortunately. Seeing if they can make it work. Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate issue, but of course nobody can really predict this. Have you tried plugging it in? That's what they're saying.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
Apex is like severely concerned. I mean, this is a problem. This is actually just breaking the rhythm here. Yeah, I think that actually actually helps Na'Vi more than it does LDLC.
A fair bit, I would say.
Because LDLC right now, you know, they've got the momentum, they've got everything going their way, and then all of a sudden it comes grinding to a halt because they have a keyboard problem, right? It's not even something they can control. It's just a keyboard problem.
What are we seeing here?
Starks is doing 360s. This almost looks like Starks is just putting himself into a trance right now. Like he's getting into that zone, that flow. A repetitive motion, clearing his mind, getting focused.
Maybe losing his mind, like one of those bears in like a tragic Chinese circus that's just, you know, just jumping in a corner or something like that. I don't know.
That's
definitely,
that's
very sad.
Nobody should do that to Skirk.
Oh. Not Skirk.
For everybody wondering, Skirk's name from London Conspiracy is actually Bjorn.
Look who that is in the corner. The guy with the glasses.
Well, there's a few guys out here actually. You know, we got the Na'Vi manager. We got some Epsilon guys. We got Shoxy there. You can see.
But
Shoxy thinks we're talking about him. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the guy.
You're talking about the guy right in the middle. The man with the glasses
is actually an unknown superhero of the Counter-Strike world. Not many people know this, but that's Peter from HLTV.org. And
exactly.
Actually, without him, there would actually be no Counter-Strike happening at all. Nobody knows this, but if ever Peter disappeared, and it's happened only once.
The scene implodes.
I've only once had a situation where Peter couldn't make it home and his phone had no batteries.
Yeah.
And nobody knew what to do. Peter controls everything that goes on with GoTV all over the world, basically.
Basically, I remember a time when you're sending him a message on Skype, you know, and he doesn't answer, and you're looking at your clock, and you're like, where's Peter, man? Like, we need this done. Like, where's Peter? What are we going to do? What's going on? Who do we talk to? What's happening?
Basically like dialing 911 and figuring out and discovering
nobody's
that
on the other side. Yeah. There's nobody on the other side.
The number is not in use. That's
but then, of course, Peter, like the superhero he is, just flies in and saves us at the last second. He's like, don't worry, guys. I'm here. I'm on my phone, but I can do it.
Yeah. So, again, not many people know this, but
he's amazing.
Without him, there wouldn't be a lot of anything. Yeah, obviously also hardworking already at HLTV.org. If there a lot of the times, if there are any statistics or anything like that, it's going to be him also doing it. But guys, as we figure out this issue, we are going to go to a really quick commercial break, so do not go anywhere. We'll sort out the keyboard. We'll be right back with the action here, LDLC and Navi. Stay tuned.
second day of Gamescom, and this is the winner groups. Group B, but already we can see we got such a crowd here. This is the thing, we were walking around Natus yesterday. We spent like an hour walking around, and we were really going quickly, but we only even did like half of the booths, and we didn't even really stop to get to see and look around. Like, this is how massive Gamescom is right now. If you've ever been to what, the PAX, to E3, to DreamHack, they're all dwarfed by this massive event. It's like 10 halls. They're all gigantic, and they're all packed full of games. You
could probably take E3 PAX and DreamHack and
put them all together.
Put them all together, and you'd sort of have what Gamescom feel like.
You'd
it's
probably get
ridiculous.
Like half of Gamescom.
It is so overwhelming how much is put into this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just can't even imagine. It must have grown over a lot of years. It's the first time I've ever been to Gamescom, and I'm actually almost scared to walk. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to make it back here.
Right?
It's so big.
It's just you need to pack a sandwich and make sure you bring some water. You're going to wind up dehydrated in a corner somewhere, dragging yourself along. But it looks like, guys, we are done with this break, or we should be soon, seeing as how, as I glance over, I noticed that bot Eugene is still here. So it doesn't look like Apex is back yet. But it's a keyboard issue that they're trying to sort out real quick.
And
something
actually,
about the port.
it turned into an entire PC issue. I think actually ESL, and luckily they're really well prepared. They just exchanged the whole PC and set it up again.
Right? Yeah. This is it. We're used to this sort of thing.
Exactly. So that happens.
It's actually been a long time since we've had any real problems like that, though. I know I'm giving Murphy like the golden opportunity to step in and be like, and then like stick the knife in. But you know, we've actually been pretty good with how things have been running through a lot of these tournaments throughout the year. So CS is slowly moving away from that. Yeah, okay, 20-minute delay, that's expected, to, wait, there's like 2-minute delay, what's going on? And that's great. We just love to have that professionalism in the CS scene right now at these CS tournaments.
Na'Vi, they are back in the game, I believe, and what is actually happening here is that LDLC managed to win the pistol round on the second half and have put themselves at a 10-7 scoreline. Na'Vi haven't had a chance to buy actual rifles yet, but somehow Zeus has ended up with an MP7 in this round, which must be a misbuy. He bought a smoke to follow it up. I think that's actually just because, well, if I already misbought, I might as well try and see if I can get a kill, because 2 kills here with the Zeus, with the MP7 is going to be huge. But if they fail it, he's going to have some trouble later on.
I guess that's the only way you're allowed to knife somebody is if you use the Zeus and you make them go, you know. There you go. That's all right. So Zeus, using a Zeus, getting a double kill only because it's Zeus, that would be perfect for me. I'd be perfectly all right with that.
Indeed.
LDLC, I really like what the LDLC are going for as well. They've spread out. They've got one man holding up banana to make sure nobody can push down from here. So that's Zeus with the MP7, a smoke going down too. So that could actually cause LDLC to kind of wonder, wait, what's going on? Why do they have a nade? They shouldn't really have a nade right now. But LDLC, other than that, they're really grouped up and looking to just bring the rifles to the forefront here. They want to make sure that Na'Vi aren't going to be able to cut anybody off alone and get a gun to use against them.
LDLC is walking into the stack that Na'Vi have at this A bomb site, but it is a stack of pistols and they still have rifles. It's not exactly a fair fight right now, and LDLC don't care. They're not looking for fair, they're looking for a victory, and they are 6 rounds away right now. Could be 5 if they win this one. And Zeus still single-handedly holding here, and the bomb is actually sort of sneaking back and forth. And S-Star is going down, Kaylee opening up.
Kaylee managing to get 2. Nicely done there. He came very close to getting taken out. Down to 4 HP for him. Edward is still waiting in pit, trying to look for the flank, but he's going to get caught by Uzi. And it is down to Edward now, last man alive with 16 HP and a P250. But LDLC should not give him the opportunity to put that to use. And as I say that, he finds Happy up in apartment in bedroom and gets an AK to boot.
And Edward must stay alive with this AK. This is so important. He's going to be walking right into Apex and goes down. But that AK could have been thrown over to Zeus in this upcoming round. That would have been big. Now, if we look at the scoreboard here for the second round, the problem is that Zeus now only has $2,450. So everyone else can buy. Obviously, they will buy. But this is a problem that could really come back to haunt them.
Now, I'm sure what's happening right now, seeing as how this pause is coming in from Na'Vi, is that they're going to put a protest in, maybe. Try and see if Zeus can't get refunded the money there.
Well, if you
I would love to have a camera right now. I would love to have a camera right now, but misbuy is a misbuy.
Yeah, if they are saying go, so if they misbuy, there's nothing to do. I mean, that's your own problem. Kind of like saying if you grenade your teammate, you want to replay the round.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't happen that way.
What is going on right now? It seems like, oh, they're missing out on the vote from Apex, I think, because maybe the keyboard curse is continuing. At least that's what Maniac is saying.
It might be one of those issues where he has to press F1, but his button doesn't work the way, or he's bounded to something different, so he actually can't vote.
He has to find it. I have that problem, actually. Yeah. And you know what? I came close to actually getting a rematch on matchmaking once. and I really badly wanted it, but I couldn't actually figure out which button to press because I unbound
because I was
F1.
in that game.
Were you in that game?
Yeah.
Was that the time when we were playing?
It was very disappointing.
Dude, I was so sad. We needed to have a rematch that game. At least that stands out to me right now. But Na'Vi, at least, they continue to be to actually have their momentum broken here. This is going to allow them to get a lot of time basically to talk over exactly what they want to do. But I'm sure Na'Vi, they're a team that really put the work into the details and make sure that they know exactly what everybody's role is on that side, what the plan is for the round. They all know what to do. So they don't even need to talk to each other. They all know exactly what their role is in this upcoming round. It's all about focus now at this point. They need to stop the LDLC train before it can really leave the station here, because this is the 19th round and this is Na'Vi's first bye. LDLC can't be allowed to get past this point.
Still just making this work, and I'm actually pretty sure it is the bind problem. It could be that maybe Apex has some sort of fast bind menu. You know, he's bound some standard buys for F1 and 2, and that screws up. That beard on Edward, though, look at this magnificent. I mean, I wake up, you know, confident in the morning, thinking I've got some good stuff going on with the facial hair, but it's nothing. It pales in comparison.
I'll never have the confidence that you guys have, man. I can't grow a beard. That's definitely something that makes me very sad when I wake up in the morning, look at my beard, and I'm just like, I have to shave it off. Like this is horrible.
It's just never going to be what Edward is, man.
Someday, beard implants. It'll happen.
Okay.
Beard implants. I'm saving up. That's going to be a Christmas present or something someday. I will grow a beard.
That's gonna be like just, you know, like the international with the actual what are those called? The milestones for the international. That's what it is. We save enough money for a tournament. Semler gets a beard.
I get a beard. Okay.
11-7 being the scoreline, moving into the 19th round. A few technical issues slowing down the game here, but now let's see if it has actually affected LDLC and Na'Vi can bring it back. Something I'm not a fan of is who's buying this FAMAS straight away with no armor. I would much rather have him pick up armor and grenades and CZ with the 2,000 that he had. I think this clean FAMAS is not a good idea.
Not enough nades, and nades are crucial in Inferno to hold back pushes like this. Na'Vi, they're gonna get smoked off, and now Guardian is just trying to put some spray through, hoping to get lucky. Not gonna get anything done. He does do a little bit of damage to Ape. He needs more than that. Na'Vi need more than that. Kaylee gonna miss an opportunity to take out Zeus, but he gets it done in the end. And that's 2 frags now for LDLC in this crucial round for Na'Vi.
Yeah, and Guardian this is almost impossible for him to hold. They know he's in here somewhere. They're checking. He does pick up the 1, but then 2 kills in return, leaving Starix alone 1 on 4. Should just be running away here. It's a very, very strange round, and I think Na'Vi looked a little bit rattled there. They looked like they weren't exactly sure what was happening. I think the way that Uzi came up, who came up from the apartments and missed that first shot? Was that Uzi? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't Uzi, it was Kaylee.
So that was, I don't know, that was a really weird situation. That shouldn't have worked out like that at all. He should have just either waited or he should have got the kill immediately. And that should have been Na'Vi's chance to really get back in the game. Not good enough.
Very clean, quick round there for LDLC. They don't even let Starix hold onto his gun, which is very important as well. They want to make sure that Na'Vi are under as much pressure as possible when it comes to the money. If Starix holds, that gives them options as far as the setup is concerned. LDLC want this to be very easy, very quick, very clean. And most importantly, that was a great round for them. We can see their bank right now. It's starting to get a little out of control here. LDLC have quite a cushion going into the remaining. If Na'Vi were to win one round, LDLC, no problem at all for them to rebuy fully and just keep the pressure up on Na'Vi.
Na'Vi are going to have another chance to go for a buy, not this round, but the next one they will have full equipment, and I'd be surprised if they don't pick up an AWP on Guardian, who does have the most money on the team right now, so that's pretty good on their part. But after this, I mean, assuming Na'Vi can win and make it 13-8, they're gonna have to play the rest of this half almost flawlessly. That's not easy. LDLC are really stepping up their game.
That was about as good a flash as they can get. Edward is waiting around the corner. He sees the barrel. He gets 1. The headshot point blank on Maniac, but that's not good enough. Guardian only gets 1 as well. And the LDLC get out onto this A site. They should be able to get the plant. They're making sure that they check all the angles, make sure there's nobody lurking from Na'Vi. But they've got a 2-man lead, or a 1-man lead now. Make that a 2-on-2, however, as Happy is caught alone. That's a gun now for Na'Vi to work with.
Oh, boom. Starix down to 72. Could have been an even better grenade. Looked like he was going to basically catch that with his forehead. Now it's going to be a 2-on-2. Apex and Katie defending this bomb. Very, very tough for Na'Vi to do anything good. Shot comes in. Apex could have gone down. There's a shot from Seized. He walks in. There's almost no time. Hasn't got a kit. He's going to be walking around, and he does go down. Kaylee saves the round, but dangerous eco round coming out here from Na'Vi. That was close.
That was a lot of damage done, and that was way too close. Seized as well with the sneak up through. Almost would have wanted to see them change positions though, because there was an AK that we saw from that earlier kill from Edward waiting up there. If they could have brought 2 AKs into the party, that could have been a bit different. But regardless, Na'Vi putting a lot of pressure, and they come close in the end, but they don't get the clutch round. So now LDLC sitting on 13 rounds, Na'Vi on 7, and once again, Na'Vi, it's a must-win scenario. They have no more room to give here. They have to win this round. If they do not, it's going to be a force buy in the next one, and that's just not good enough for Na'Vi right now.
Sees trades, then Starix picks it up onto Apex. That's all over on Banana here, and Zeus will get the kill on Uzi as well. So this is looking really good. Now they just have to defend. Then they don't have to challenge, and I'm glad they finally fall back. Look for a moment like they wanted to continue that fight, and that would have been a horrible mistake.
Don't throw it away. Don't throw away the advantage. If it's a 2-on-3, it's definitely feasible for LDLC. Even 2-on-4 because Starix is so low, but 2-on-4 is a whole lot harder. And LDLC now just kind of have to, well, pace themselves. Hope that Na'Vi get antsy and try and push out somewhere.
Starix is low on health, and I'm not sure why they're putting him all this way up here. Single grenade would be enough. He actually pushes up and gets the kill anyway. That seems to me like a bit of a risk. Well played, Starix. I'm not sure why they would do that.
Kaylee is certainly frustrated right now. You can see right now his reaction on camera. Not pleased with his performance that round. I think he really could have picked up Starix there, or at least stopped Starix from mauling both of his teammates. So, not the best round here for LDLC, but a fantastic one for Na'Vi. This is exactly what has to happen for them. They have to keep 4 members alive here, start developing that bank, but Starix gets taken out. Not sure about Starix being the one peaking there, but still.
No, again.
That was a bit of a mistake, I think. If he could have probably held out and just waited patiently. Like, at that point, they know that he has to go to the site. They just play the clock. They know that he has to go to a site eventually. There's no reason to peek out like that, especially when you're low. Now you're forced to spend more money than would have been necessary in this round. And money is important for Na'Vi at this point. They need to get a bank going.
Very much so. But still, now we have a 5-round difference here, and LDLC did not get the bomb planted last round, which means they are $800 short compared to what they would have been. And going into this round, if they lose it, they're going to have to eco, and that actually brings Na'Vi very close to a reasonable score again. So this is far from over. If you count Na'Vi out now, you're making a big mistake. But LDLC just need to connect with a couple of rounds. Basically, in the rest of this game, a few rounds here and they win the game, because then Na'Vi are going to be ecoing.
Yeah, exactly. The money is very close, and just a couple rounds here, a couple buy rounds, really. And it's anybody's match. I mean, Na'Vi, they're still fairly close, 5 rounds away. It's not that big a gap, especially on CT side Inferno. If they play it right, Na'Vi certainly know how to play this map, but the pressure is on them now, and they cannot buckle. LDLC are setting up for an A play. The crossfire is here, but they're going to smoke off one side of this. That's going to open up Archway if they want to. Flash there for Guardian. Guardian not hitting the shot, though. It's Maniac taking damage, but no kill yet.
They want to challenge him again, and there's only so many times that Guardian is going to miss before he eventually connects, so they got to make sure they do this right. There it is, Uzi going down. I think he even got the shot through onto Maniac. Apex falls, and this is looking pretty good for Na'Vi at the moment. And LDLC even worse. They've made absolutely no headway. They've just lost a couple of people now, and they're no better off.
No, exactly. They've spotted out Maniac as well on short. Edward getting the kill on Kaylee, and they are just running into the blender right now, LDLC. One at a time. They're getting dropped into the bowl. And Na'Vi, they're perfectly happy to do the job. Maniac is gone, and it's a perfect round. Guardian with a very nice shot there on Happy at the end to close it. LDLC now the ones. You have to be wondering, you know, 3 rounds, all of a sudden, that's seeming like a whole lot here, Anders. Especially when you're forced to go to pistol like this.
Yeah, this is very scary. And you can tell that Na'Vi now are the ones high-fiving each other, being pretty excited, and LDLC really not feeling it. They need a good round. Maybe not this one, but after this round, I think LDLC need a power performance where they can really get right back into the game again. Guardian does miss a shot in the middle, and it's going to fall back to a little bit of safety here, which, you know, he should know this is an anti-eco round for them, so no reason to risk it.
Yeah, and Guardian can play both sides of this, no problem at all for him with this AWP. You know, Kaylee really favors Arch side. Guardian, comfortable moving around anywhere on this map with this AWP. We've seen him do incredible things with it. He got 2 kills in the last round. This round should be no different. Guardian already starting it off. Takes out Uzi. Guardian takes out Kaylee. Guardian will eventually get overrun, but he's done the damage. And now the bomb has been dropped in the open. Edward is going to clean it up, and this is going to be a very nice round here for Na'Vi. Only losing Guardian, and they should be able to save his AWP. They do, so they are perfectly fine with this outcome.
23 kills on either Apex and Happy. Really strong performance from those two players, but now Na'Vi are starting to wake up. Guardian and Edward top fragging on that team, and the rest are not even that far behind. Seized still not playing up to his usual level here at 9 kills. If he starts stepping it up, that could be exactly what Na'Vi need to win the whole round here, the whole game.
Exactly.
13-10, 24th round is coming up, and an LDLC they can buy again, and they need to connect with this round. They have to make it work.
Seized started off this map as well with the, I mean, he started off well on this map, and he kind of just petered out. So we need to see if he can actually wake up here. If he does, that's when Na'Vi really become indomitable. But that was a sick nade up in apartments. About as good as it gets there from Edward.
A lot of aggression. LDLC speeding into this bomb site. They pick up Zeus now. Edward's going to get picked off here. Kaylee sees it coming up in Graveyard. And now Na'Vi should probably not try and retake this. It's a 5-on-3 retake. Not really likely. Apex does get a little bit of damage on him, but he falls back to safety. Na'Vi are trying to see if they can inch their way forward here. I think Guardian spotted once, going to take down Maniac. Is he going to realize there's a guy in Boiler Room? Goes for the pick here, and then he's going to get backstabbed by Happy. Starix and Seized holding their ground.
Oh, nice shot there from Starks to do some damage, but that's not quite good enough. He needs the frag. They're running out of time on this, and now LDLC, they could even go and hunt them down. Kaylee's going to manage to find Seized. Starks strikes from Library, going to pick up one back, but it's only Starks alive right now. He's got full gear. But LDLC should be able to get out of this bomb, out of it before it goes up. They still lose Apex, but they get an AWP for Kaylee.
Na'Vi have the money to buy and then some, but they did lose an AWP, so that's pretty expensive. And on the other hand, LDLC, did they steal one or did they buy one on Kaylee?
I think they stole Guardians. Is that Guardians? Can we check Kaylee real quick? That looks like Guardians AWP to me.
We'll have to see once he whiffs it out. It's worth following, worth keeping an eye on. 10-14, 2 more rounds for LDLC and they make it happen, and it is Guardians. So we'll see, he misses the shot, actually does let Guardian. And now, yeah, this is the round pretty much. This is the one that could really decide this map.
All or nothing. Na'Vi, they've spent a whole lot of money as well. They're gonna be so hard pressed in the next round, it's gonna be a mixed buy from them. So LDLC, they came in big in the last round. Now it's up to Na'Vi to stop them. Guardians taking up house residents here in the apartments. They peek together, and that is excellent teamwork from LDLC. Both peeking at exactly the same time. Guardian twitches, shoots between them, doesn't even get the 1v2.
And definitely not his usual form here. We've seen a lot of missed shots from Guardian. Even the double peek is great because even if he takes down one, probably he's going to die. But the fact that he hit no one is obviously a big issue. Edward trying to see if he can save his team here. He does take down Apex and puts them in a 4-on-4. I'm not sure why Zeus keeps looking up to apartments when obviously someone is already covering there. Seized now caught out, but he still gets the kill. It's Edward, are you kidding? 4 kills, looking for the ace here now. Happy is alone, and they have the bomb covered as well. Edward has already saved Na'Vi once on this map, but now it's LAN. Now it's a major tournament. It's a very different game. Edward going for the ace. He's going to get taken down by Happy. 20 seconds left here, and Na'Vi should be able to seal the deal.
Yeah, Seized is waiting right around the corner. Everybody is here, in fact. Happy, at this point, he could just take the fight at range. If he can hold on to the gun, that'd be interesting, but he's just looking to take the range duel. Na'Vi want to make sure that they get rid of this rifle, and he's doing some pretty decent damage here to Na'Vi. Drops another man. Starks and Seized still on the hunt, closing in through second mid. But they just barely missed the timing there to catch him, so Happy will actually live, and he's got a smoke. He's got an AK. He's got 1 HP.
Just the 1. Great effort from Edward, and then that's pretty much all we can say that round. I mean, Edward did everything. If they win this upcoming round, that's going to be an eco for LDLC immediately. That could put it at 14-13. So actually, there's a chance we could see overtime in this game.
Yes, definitely. Very real. Even if LDLC were to pick up 15 rounds, they have to get the final one. And Na'Vi are perfectly capable of taking 4 rounds in a row on CT side. We've already seen that now. So it's not over until one of these 2 teams has 16 rounds. Or we go to overtime. But LDLC, they're still, I mean, they go for a bit of a force buy here, just mixing it up. Apex and Kaylee with pistols, 3 rifles picked up here. Going off of Happy's save in the last round. They want to just try and keep the pressure up on Na'Vi, but Na'Vi have definitely got to be feeling better, especially after that kind of performance from Edward. A big play like that, a quad kill, that's something that gets, you know, the confidence going on the team, the momentum going their way.
That's on the one hand. On the other hand, they can't really just rely on Edward to pick up the quad kill, so it works kind of both ways. But you are right. I think it's it does help right now. Guardian, he needs to start hitting these shots, and he's actually going to leg Kaylee down to 19 points of health, falls back to the next corner, and waits for someone to re-peek again.
Yeah, they should be all running out pretty much at the same time here. Guardian is going to be watching towards Arch. Flash goes out. Guardian lands a shot on Maniac. That's going to be one man down. Zeus is going to pick one up as well. And this is into a 3-on-2. Guardian needs to land this shot. It's crucial. But Apex with a double picks out Zeus, takes out Guardian. And now the two-man advantage going onto the B side for LDLC.
Yeah, Edward kills one, but he's still in the 1-on-2. He has got the kid. He's got a flashbang as well. Moving in. I think he spotted Uzi there. Should have seen him charging onto the bomb site. Still a lot of time left on the clock here. Edward, is he going to try and make this jump over? He's just hiding, and Uzi will take him down. Match and map point for LDLC. And now Na'Vi are in a very strange spot. They have the money to force it up here, and obviously they're going to do it no matter what, because otherwise they'll lose the game. But it's not going to be a full buy. And they actually insist on the AWP on Guardian as well, which I am not sure is the right move. He's been doing well. Guardian's got 19 kills. He's second on the board right now for Na'Vi, but he's missing the really important kills.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting shots in, but I think a lot of this comes down to C's just vanishing in the rest of this half. Guardian getting naded into oblivion. 21 HP left on him. Not a whole lot to work with. Granted, he's opping, but still, that's going to put some pressure on him, some additional pressure. Not exactly what you want happening here with Na'Vi, kind of relying on him with that gun to do some damage. And once again, he takes up residence over here by Arch, looking towards Spoiler, looking towards a quad. He's going to be looking to see if anybody's going to peek around here from LDLC, and Guardian will hit this shot. If LDLC peek this corner aggressively, he's not a man to miss a shot like that. But LDLC, again, just going back to the basics, going back to their game plan, taking their time with this. There's the peek, and the shot, and Guardian does not connect.
Unfortunately, Edward, the absolute top fragger right now for Na'Vi. See if he can withstand here in the A-bomb side. He's going to come up with a really big kill here if he's going to have to make it. Smokers out, and he's just looking right at the edge, but LDLC fall back, and they have enough time actually to go back to B if they really wanted to, especially if you get the opening. There's one guy over there. Zeus in the pit, only with a FAMAS, and 35 seconds, and here come the Frenchmen. They're looking for it. Guardian will pick up one, end up in the graveyard. Edward is holding his spot. The guy inside the bomb site can't connect with a shot. Apex is finally going to go down, and it's a 2-on-4, looking better for Na'Vi still.
Looking fantastic for Na'Vi right now. This is a great situation for them. They've really turned it around. C's just picked up a gun, and they're stuck in pit at this point. The smoke blocking them in here. There's no way they're going to get out. Starks with a great deagle on Maniac, and Edward finds the final frag. And there's the performance. Na'Vi, they are not done yet. 3 rounds only until overtime, and that buys them a second chance here going into this. LDLC, the question is, do they have the money to go for it? And they really don't. They actually have to eco. The pressure just won't let up here, Anders. It's just mounting.
So basically, that means LDLC are going to be able to buy in the 29th round. And then if they lose that round, it's overtime, almost certainly. So they have one more buy round in this half LDLC to try and make it happen. Otherwise, Na'Vi could very likely force the overtime, and that would be quite really, really upsetting. I think if it goes to overtime, Na'Vi have a really good chance of taking this, because that's exactly where all the experience comes in.
Yeah, their time to shine. LDLC, though, I mean, definitely one of the longer-lasting teams in the scene as well. They've got some experience to fall back on, but we have to see Guardian just still unable to land a shot with this AWP. Not getting the kills, but the pressure is on here. LDLC is still trying to wrap around onto this side. Guardian holding the angle hard. Happy will take out Edward, though. And that's a big kill. He gets an M4 as well. Sprays at Zeus. Not the frag, but still, Zeus now having to watch 2 angles. They're really trying to get the split on this A site, but instead they decide to go to B, and Starks, he's pushed out into CT. He hears him coming, though.
Yeah, but he's looking the wrong way. He's still going to pick up the kill, and then he goes down to Apex, and now we're in a weird 2-on-2. I didn't account for the fact that maybe LDLC were just going to win in an anti-eco, or sorry, an eco round, and that can still happen. Bomb going to go down for Apex here. They are right on his heels, and over on Banana, he's got Happy with him. Walking into construction. Apex with the AK in hand is going to go for the kill, and Guardian goes down. Zeus now in a 1-on-2 has to clutch it. He has to do this, otherwise they are going to go down towards the lower part of this bracket, or the groups, and they play against Copenhagen Wolves.
Oh, does he have the smite hammer out right now? He needs it desperately. There's the first kill. Takes out Apex. Last man alive on Banana. That's Happy without a whole lot of HP, but Zeus is going to fake him out. Happy gets the frag, though. Walks out, sees it coming, and LDLC, the second French team to take the first seed. 2 groups this morning. 2 groups, well, dominated by a French team.
Big surprise coming out here. Definitely an upset, I would say. LDLC pulling it out of the end there. And Na'Vi a little bit too shook, I think. They made some really critical errors in that last round, especially. The way they ended up holding that A-bomb site was very, very far from ideal, unfortunately. But LDLC, in spite of Na'Vi having such a good first half, they showed us at the end of that first half that they sort of came back into it mentally, and that was what they needed.
That's exactly it. They managed to, I mean, that's the thing. Going through the entire round, because there were some delays, so it may have been fuzzy, but Na'Vi had a tremendous first half. Just a fantastic lead going into that first half. Getting 7 rounds is excellent. They just never seemed to get anything going for them in the CT side. As soon as they swapped around, it just seemed to fall apart. And now LDLC, I mean, they go into tomorrow, playoffs tomorrow with first seed. That's excellent. Epsilon, first seed out of Group A. Group B, LDLC. I can't wait to see the group of tiers now.
Oh, I'm still dreading that group. That's going to be terrible.
We do have also Group D here with Titan.
Yeah, Group D with Titan and Cloud9 and Dignitas. So yeah, there we have the groups. Excellent. And obviously Group C is the next group we're doing, but we're not done with Group B yet because we have Na'Vi playing Copenhagen Wolves, and that means either Na'Vi or Copenhagen Wolves are going to go home. And I think everyone agrees Na'Vi is the favorite team into this. Actually, probably by a fair margin. But it's best of one, and Copenhagen Wolves have some really dangerous players.
Yeah, Nico, Cajun B. Nico, if Guardian doesn't step up with the AWP like this, depending on the map, Nico will tear him to shreds.
Yeah.
Nico is scary with that AWP. One of the best operators in Europe, hands down, if not the world. And Guardian missing way too many shots in that CT half. I mean, he had opportunity after opportunity, and it's not like we're bigging it up right now. Guardian is the man we look to as one of the top 2 operators in the world. He hits those shots. So him not connecting there is a big problem for Na'Vi, especially on that CT side when they're counting on him.
And obviously it's hugely unfair because Guardian was one of the 2 top fraggers, but the fact is, if you want to beat LDLC on a day like that, you need Guardian to do 30 instead of 20 kills, which is, I mean, 20 is still great, but it's not great enough.
Not when you're talking about 3 guys on LDLC having above 20. So that's...
So Guardian already delivering a great performance. We're just asking for more than that.
Yeah, we are asking for more than that, but then we expect more than that. But we'll see. We'll get the opportunity. He can redeem himself yet. The second map, or the second seed rather, at stake after the break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Time for our second match of Group B to decide who walks out of here second seed and who takes the bus home.